Welcome back, whiskey lovers, to Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, Coffee. I'm Manolito, and this is day 7 of the Texas Whiskey Advent Calendar. And I've got Estonian Texas Bourbon.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw him, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer.
So, Estonian Spirits has released a bourbon, and so it's aged in new oak barrels. Um, they, according to the bottle, it says grain to glass Texas bourbon. So, to me, that tells me that it was distilled and so on by the distillery. But on the bottle, it only says bottled by Estonian Spirits in Bastrop, Texas. It doesn't say distilled and bottled. And their website's not very open. So I like Estonian whiskey and bourbon. I just wish they would put more information on their website and be a little bit more open, maybe mash bill or, things like that. So this says it was aged at least 1 year in new American oak barrels. It's grain to glass. They also talk about how they have a Lincoln County process, but Estonian calls it the Harris County process. So they have something that's similar to that, but again, they don't disclose exactly what the process is. But they do state it's not the exact same process as like the Lincoln County process. So they have their own way of doing the filtration and things like that. So I don't have any information on mash bill and things like that. This is about $25 to $30 bottle. I picked this up at Total Wine. I didn't have to order this one online. But I do like it. I haven't spent a whole lot of time with it. I need to go ahead and do that. But I think I've spent enough time with it. So let's go ahead and just take a look at it, nose it, taste it, and see what we got here. So on it's kind of not quite an amber. It's pretty light. It's almost like a light brown, almost like maybe a copper color. The legs on it, short legs. You can kind of see. I'll try to see if that focuses in. Legs running pretty quickly. It is 45% ABV, 90 proof. It says small batch pot distilled, so it is pot distilled. But again, it doesn't say whether it was distilled by Estonian Spirits. It just says grain to glass Texas bourbon, bottled by Estonian Spirits. So maybe someday they'll open up and put more information on their website or even on the bottle. So on the nose, I get a little bit of a botanical, almost like almost gin-like, or like an aged rum. A little bit of a metallic note there, kind of like a copper if you've been playing with change, or if you've ever put a penny in your mouth. I did that as a kid. No alcohol burn at all. And a little bit of like wood, but not like charred oak. It's just like a fresh piece of cut wood. All right, let's go ahead and taste this. Cheers. So this is not this does not have the traditional bourbon nose and taste to me. From some of the Kentucky bourbons that I've had, Texas bourbons, they all have some similar characteristics. This is pretty different from most other bourbons that I've had, but not in a bad way. It's good. I like it. It's a little light. It's floral. Very like very, very light sweetness. It's almost like if you ate a semi-sweet chocolate, not the chocolate flavor itself, but just the light sweetness of it. So it's not, you know, like a heavy sweetness. And then a little bit of cinnamon, but not the spicy cinnamon, the cinnamon that you would use for like a baking recipe. You know, just like a powdered cinnamon. Yeah, it's crazy that the nose just kind of reminds me of like an aged rum or gin. It doesn't smell like a bourbon to me at all. It's a medium finish, slightly astringent, so it dries more the middle of the tongue, not the back of the tongue, but the middle, just the middle part of my tongue is a little dried out. There's a slight spice in there, and just really it's floral and botanical. It's I like it. It's a good bourbon. I would definitely buy this again. I think it's worth the price. It was $35 to $40 or $25 to $30. It was actually not expensive at all, and it tastes good. Doesn't taste like regular bourbon though. So if your palate is if you're a huge bourbon fan and you like bourbon and you see Texas bourbon, this will definitely throw you off. You're not going to get those traditional bourbon notes. All right, so that's it for today, day number 7, and featuring the My Bourbon Journey, Glencairn. Just thought I'd point that out. Great channel. Just want to wish everybody happy holidays. Hopefully the lights didn't distract you too much. Got my shotgun shell lights in the background, and cheers.